I've been on medication for so long, and the doctors were always telling me that there was nothing wrong with me, that there was nothing hormonally wrong with me, according to them. Yeah, the only thing that I was focused was not on my fatigue, but I was like, wow, I'm really out of shape. I should do this more often.
I love that. That's the question versus can I actually do the shopping or not? Hey everyone, today I'm excited to have a conversation with Norma. Norma just completed our 2-month online program, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally, with me and my team. And she had been struggling with rosacea, fibromyalgia, depression, and severe fatigue. And it impacted upon her work as a drafter in an architectural firm. You will see where she is now just 2 months later, and surprisingly, what her daughter, who isn't even in the program, is able to do now just a couple weeks later that she wasn't able to do before. You'll see. Hey Norma, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Okay, I'm Norma. I live in Vista, California. I'm a mother of two, a 24-year-old and a 6-year-old. I'm a Navy military wife. I work for an architecture firm that designs pools. And I've been suffering from depression, pain, and fatigue.
So what were some of your diagnoses that you were dealing with?
Okay. So some of the diagnoses I was dealing with was rosacea, endometriosis, fibromyalgia, low thyroid, depression, and fatigue.
At the end of our 2-month program right now. And I tell people our 2-month online program, Transform Autoimmune, is a 2-month launch pad to a year of autoimmune turnaround. And I know it's early. It's only been 2 months. You're right now at the end of the 2 months. What are some of your biggest outcomes so far?
My depression is pretty much practically gone. I wasn't expecting that. My allergies have almost disappeared. The pain was maybe like anywhere from a 6 to an 8. It varied. And now maybe it's like a 2 sometimes. And the rosacea has gotten a little bit better.
Okay. And then you mentioned depression. What number was the depression at before the program, and where is it now?
Well, with medication, it was maybe like a 5, a 4. On good days, maybe a 4. On bad days, it was like a 10. Now I would say it's like a 1 on some days. But more than that, it's not just the feeling depressed, it's that I actually feel happy, which is something I hadn't felt in a long time. Like I actually get giddy and flutters and heart flutters when my husband says something nice. Like those kind of things were gone. I didn't even know what they felt like anymore. That to me was like amazing.
Well, how many years would you say you struggled with depression before the program?
13 years.
A lot of people wouldn't say it's an autoimmune symptom, but clearly you know it is, and a lot of people wouldn't think that it's something you could turn around. You mentioned that you said 13 years?
Yes.
And how many of those years were on medication?
12.
Oh, okay.
I probably had it longer and I didn't know, but that's when it was at the worst.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with depression when I was a teenager. So it's really very common with people dealing with autoimmunity to also have targets that's in the brain and affects their brain neurotransmitters. So it is absolutely related with chronic disease or something as complex as autoimmunity. So how much of an impact were these symptoms having on your life? What was life like 2 months ago?
Well, the medication had me at a functional level. I was fine. But before that, like when I got out of the Navy, I was, it was so bad that I was house ridden. Like I was actually, by the VA, put at 100% like disability for that because it was that bad. Like there was times where I couldn't get out of bed or didn't want to get out of bed or just didn't do anything. Like, so I wasn't working. I wasn't working up until maybe 3 years ago. So it was bad. And I never expected it to, I mean, I was hoping it would get better with this program, but was most surprising to me is I figured it would take time. I figured that would be the thing that took the longest, but it only took a few weeks, and that to me was amazing.
Okay, so that answers the question. A lot of people have the question. They're sitting at home. They don't know anything about me or the program. They're saying, does it work?
Yeah.
Would it work for me? That's their other question.
I think so, because I mean, I've been on medication for so long, and the doctors were always telling me that there was nothing wrong with me, that there was nothing hormonally wrong with me, according to them.
We know
There was
that.
nothing chemically wrong. And they basically thought it was all like I guess life driven or from some kind of trauma or something. And I mean, maybe some of it was, but not all of it.
Okay. So those are your results. What do you think were the three most impactful things of the program for you? What were the game changers?
Learning just the knowledge, like just being able to know why I was feeling like this and how to fix this. So just knowledge in general, being empowered by that. Um, Having the Facebook community, being able to do the program and still continue with my life, still being able to do everything in my life without having to pause or stop doing what I was doing. So that to me was great.
So you were able to participate in a process of transformation, engaging in a community, learning the knowledge, and being able to go on and work and be a mother and all that while you were part of this transformation.
Yeah.
I love that. So what's your favorite thing about working with me or my team?
Being able to have a support from the Transform Den, the group within the program, being able to ask questions in between calls, or sometimes I knew it wasn't like a big question, but it's still something that was looming on my mind, or if I was stressed about it, anxiety, whatever. Just sometimes being able to vent and talk to other people, that was helpful.
Yeah, I think a huge part of the program is community, and people don't know what they don't know. Nobody comes in the program, and I'm betting did you come into the program thinking, oh, gee, what would be transformational for me would be a community around my house? Nobody thinks that. But everybody coming out was like, whoa, that was really the piece that I really needed. You know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
Think about this. What is something that you can do now effortlessly that just 2 months ago you thought was impossible?
The everyday tasks are a little easier, just morning routines, things like that. It's not as hard to get up in the morning, and I'm not like just having to sit down on the couch and stop what I'm doing because I don't feel good. So, but you don't think about it, you know what I mean? Like as it gets better, you don't really notice it or realize it. You just do it.
Well, I think it's actually really good to take a note that just 2 months ago you couldn't do something and now you can. That notice is really huge because remember, it's all about celebrations.
Yeah.
So, just even thinking about today, what's something that you did today that 2 months ago would have been like really difficult?
Well, actually, yesterday I had to do shopping, and it had gotten to the point where my husband had to go with me, and I could do maybe one grocery trip, and I'd be wiped out. I'd be wiped out for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I think I went to like 5 stores because I was looking for something in particular, and I probably hiked around for like 3 miles, and I was tired, but I wasn't like falling down like before, where I was just exhausted and had to go to sleep or something.
It almost
So
sounds like it was kind of fun.
yeah. Yeah, the only thing that I was focused was not on my fatigue, but I was like, wow, I'm really out of shape. I should do this more often.
I love that. That's the question versus can I actually do the shopping or not?
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome. Okay. Why did you almost not join the program?
Well, I would have joined it as soon as I saw your first infomercial, but it's the price. You have to find a way. And it wasn't that I thought it was too much. It was just, how am I gonna find the way to afford it? But I figured it out. So as soon as I did, I tried to sign up as fast as I could.
Do you think when you went through that, you said, who am I and how am I going to invest in my health? What shifted in your brain to make you say, well, absolutely I can? Like what shifted in your brain? Were there thoughts that changed it? Were there beliefs that you had to change about yourself?
No, I mean, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about mindset, but I'd already been working on that for a while. So I value health as super important. I feel like a lot of people don't, and especially with our healthcare program, they expect a lot of things for free. And I think health is an investment. So I knew that was something that I needed and I deserved, because if I'm not okay, then I can't be okay for my family, and that's important to me.
So if you did it for yourself, but you also did it for your family, you saw the value in it for family.
Yes.
Which leads me to a great question. What are some wins in your family who didn't even do the program? What are some wins for them as a result of you doing this program?
I'm helping educate them. I'm talking about the program, and some of the stuff they listen, some they don't. I've been helping my mom directly because she has problems, and then my daughter because she has some issues. So little things like I noticed that my daughter had low iron and she can turn on the lamp now. She couldn't do that before. I thought that was the funniest thing. You don't look at those little things, but she's like, oh my God, Mom, I can turn on the lamp.
Is it the
Touch,
energy return?
no, touch lamp. Like, you know, the touch lamps where you can just touch the lamp?
Yeah.
She couldn't turn it on before
Why not?
because her iron was low.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard this.
And then she took iron for 2 weeks and she touched it. She's like, she was, oh my God, Mom, I can turn the lamp on. My iron is better.
So it's the lamp is sensing the around amount of metal in your skin, in your body.
Or yeah, current.
Right.
Other thing was I got my mom tested and she was estrogen dominant, and so she started taking some progesterone and she couldn't believe how much better she felt. Actually, odd little things that I've noticed. She had like odd pain. She has like arthritis and a bunch of stuff. So she said she rubbed it in those places and the pain went away.
Well, hormone balance absolutely affects your joints.
She was like amazed. She's like, what? And I got her off gluten and a bunch of stuff. And so she's feeling better. So my family is seeing that, but they're also seeing that I'm feeling better. My dad is like, you look happier. You just look happier. So they're seeing that.
You do look happier. I remember the first week versus right now, and that's only 2 months ago. There's like a weight that's lifted from your face.
Yeah.
Like I saw fear and worry before, and now I see Norma.
Yeah, there was a lot of stress before.
All right, Miss Norma, who would you recommend this program for?
Oh, everybody. Everybody that has, it seems like, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have it that don't know it, because there's a lot of people I know that have multiple issues, these multiple mystery issues. And so I have been recommending it to them.
I love it. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the interview with Norma just as much as I did. Norma talks about her symptoms with fatigue really almost at zero at this point, and being able to go shopping, her depression, which on medication was like at level 5 or 6, being gone now. And most importantly to me, Norma's happy. I think happiness is something we feel like we can never get to. It's some sort of achievable goal somewhere, somehow. And Norma's a great example of somebody who within just a matter of weeks was able to achieve that. So I'm super grateful for Norma for joining us. And if you know somebody dealing with rosacea, fibromyalgia, hormone imbalances, fatigue, insomnia, they may not listen to you, but they might listen to Norma or myself. Go ahead and tag them in the comment section below. If you have not joined our Facebook group, go ahead and find Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally and join our Facebook group, where there's tons of interviews and bonus trainings in there, and I'm in there as well. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. I'll see you in the Facebook group.